For my Universal Design project, I created a dance studio.
First, let's see how this dance studio is adapted for people with different disabilities.
There's a ramp for wheelchair users. Also for wheelchair users are the lower bars.
The floor of the studio is a sprung floor. For those of you who don't know what a sprung floor is, it's basically when pieces of wood are put in a crisscross pattern with foam pieces in between it, so it creates a springier floor that reduces the impact on joints. This can also be used to help those with visual impairments or that are blind feel the vibrations of the floor. For those with hearing impairments, there are lights on either side or each corner. These lights will blink along with the music so that they can see the tempo. The lights will also signal which side the dancer should start on. You usually start with your left hand on the bar, so the light will blink on the right corner. These lights will also make an audible sound depending on which side the dancer should start on. They will also beep along to the tempo of the music for those with visual impairment. Now let's talk about the 7 principles for universal
These
design.
adaptations allow for the first principle of universal design, equitable use.
Design principle number 2, flexibility in use. This design not only allows for ballet dancers, but also for yoga classes, Pilates classes, kickboxing classes, Zumba classes, and any other kind of dance that would be available in a regular dance studio. This allows a wide range of individual preferences and abilities. Design principle number 3, simple and intuitive. It's pretty easy to see that the lower bar would be used for someone in a wheelchair, not the higher bar, as it would be much harder to reach. It is also easy to see that the wheelchair ramp is there for those in wheelchairs. The lights may not be as easy to decipher when you are just looking at the studio, but if you were actually to take a class in the studio, you would see and hear what those lights do when the sound was turned on. Design principle number 4, perceptible information. This design allows for those with visual impairments to feel the floor and hear the vibrations, and also to hear the audible sounds made by the lights in the corners. This conveys which side the dancer should start on, and also which side of the floor the dancer will be moving towards. The lights also have the same purpose. They allow the dancers with hearing impairments to see which side of the room they will be traveling towards or which side of the bar they should start on. These audible beeps and lights effectively show the user where they should go in space, regardless of their abilities and what they have as far as senses. Design principle number 5, tolerance for error. The lights and sounds not only run on an electrical system, but they're also solar powered in case the electricity goes out or any of the buttons or sounds or lights malfunction. They can also be put on a manual solar power system. The lights and the sounds, like I said, can be manually used not only just by pressing a button and allowing them to go along with the music, they can be manually pressed at the tempo or speed that you want. Design principle number 6, low physical effort. This design allows for those in wheelchairs to use the lower bar so it is easier for them to reach comfortably and effectively. The studio will also be equipped with beanbag-like supports so that these dancers could also have the option of sitting on the floor and doing their bar work or center work like that instead of holding on to the actual bar. As I mentioned before, the lights and the sounds are all automatically run as a default, so that is extremely easy for someone to just press a button and for them to use the systems. Design principle number 7, size and space for approach and use. This dance studio will be the size of a normal dance studio, which usually those are anywhere from a small room anywhere to, half a building. So we're going to say this is an in-between dance studio. So there will be bars on either side and also on the back wall.
So there's plenty of space for able-bodied, wheelchair users, and for blind and hearing impaired dancers. As I said before, there will be some beanbag-like supports for those in wheelchairs to use, which will support their body and allow them to remain in a good posture while being mobile and being able to manipulate their body in space like you do in dance. An appropriate amount for someone to reach would be the lower bar because it is not too high, but it is also not too low. It is at a perfect space, right at the same distance and height as their arm.